Hello everyone, welcome back to My Michigan Farm Life. My name's Kelvin. We got snow, we got a snow plow. You know what's about to happen. Let's get to it. Well, we're off to a little bit of a rough start. Got to make some adjustments here. It seems to be catching on this one side when it's angled, and I think I got to adjust those springs too. The feet are down all the way, but I think we need to change that up so they can go down a little farther, because it'll catch on these. You can see these little spots where there's a gravel rut or whatever, and it'll catch on that. But when it's on an angle like this, I noticed that piece right there is kind of wedged underneath the plate. You can see it down here for that pin to be able to go in. So that's kind of kicking the blade farther down on this side. So this corner here is always catching. So I think I'm going to run over. That's just an old bracket from whatever they were using this blade from before down there. So I think I'm going to run over and just cut that one side off, maybe both of them. So that should give it enough clearance so that when it's pinned all the way over here, it can still kind of pivot up and down that way a little bit. So all part of the learning process. We'll run over, make a couple changes quick, see if that helps. All right, take two. Made a couple adjustments here. I ran these springs all the way out, so they're as tight as they'll go. So we'll see if that helps a little bit. And we also, you can see, cut those nubs off. It's still not perfect. I mean, you can get it back, and it's where the pin will just drop right in the hole now, but it still does. Our hole must have been a little off when we cut it, because it still does touch almost right there. I ground that off a little bit, but then it is touching down here. You kind of see where there was a nub of something welded on there, and it just hits right on the corner. But at least now it's not bound up, so it can still pivot side to side a little bit. So I'm hoping that'll help. I'm still thinking we're going to have trouble with hitting these little lumps of gravel and stuff, and it wanting to kick down. I can't. And I think the only fix to that would be that we'll have to adjust these feet down a little bit, which they're already down as far as they'd go, so we'd have to move those brackets down a little bit so we can get the blade up and give it a little more clearance. But we'll give this a shot. We'll see how it does. Thinking it's probably going to do better on the angle instead of just pushing straight, unfortunately. But we'll keep playing around with it here, see what it does. And gonna get this spot cleaned out so I can move the cars down here, and then we can make a couple loops around the driveway there, see how it does with throwing it out when it's angled. And hopefully it's a little better, but we'll take a look here and see how it does. Well, that about does it. You can see that overall it did a pretty good job, and I'm pretty sure I found out our problem. It's just too low to the ground. You can see like right here it's wanting to scrape right down to the gravel, and that's what's catching that blade. And so we'll just have to adjust those brackets for those feet. This loader, when you tilt it all the way, it's all the way back right now. It doesn't go past 90 degrees. So if the loader tilted back a little more, you could just tilt it back and put more pressure on these feet, and that would keep that blade up. But just because of how this loader is sitting, it doesn't tip it back far enough. So we might either we can cut these off and slide them down a little bit to get those feet lower, or we might see if we can cut these top welds, and we probably have to cut some of the bottom too and shave a little bit off this top plate and just kind of tilt the whole blade up a little bit. That way when you set it down, the feet are going to take the weight, because these are what you want scraping on the ground, and you want to leave, I mean, for asphalt and concrete it's fine to get a nice close scrape, but for gravel and stuff, you know, you want to leave quarter inch, half inch or so that you're not always hitting it like that. But which is when it would flip forward is when I would try to put it in float mode. I can show you here. This loader, if you put it all the way down and the lever goes forward till it clicks, that sets it, all the pressure is off it, it's just down, so your lever's still forward, and that'll just let that loader kind of ride. You know, the hydraulics aren't holding it down or trying to push it up, it'll just kind of let it float over the ground. So if those feet are what are taking all your weight, you know, then you can just skim right across and you can get going a little faster and throw that snow right off to the edge, and they work pretty good. So I was a little worried at the beginning of the day. It looked like we had some problems, but I think adjusting those springs helped, and then we'll get these feet figured out. You can see I think they're touching the ground, but you can see so is the blade. I mean, the edge of that blade is right into the dirt there, so you know, we just need just a little bit, bump those feet down. It's fine to leave a little bit of snow. I'd rather have a little snow left on the driveway than be chewing it up like that and wearing out that cutting edge. So we'll run it over to the shop here at some point, see which adjustment is going to be easier. And we got some more snow coming. They're forecasting, I think, possibly tonight, and then all day tomorrow and Sunday. So we'll see if we can't maybe get this thing tweaked up just, you know, a little bit so works good. But overall I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, that it moves it pretty good, and it's a lot nicer than using the back blade. You don't have to drive through the snow as you're pulling it. The tires got good traction, and I think our ballast helped out a lot. I think I only hit the diff lock maybe once or twice, and that was when I was going up that hill on the other side, and I probably didn't even need it. I just, you know, stepped on it just in case. But overall, pretty happy with the snow moving machine. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and if there's anything else you want to see, let us know. Until then, we'll see you on the next one, and I'm gonna guess we'll probably be back plowing snow. That seems to be the theme of the week, so we'll make some changes to that plow and get at it. Have a good day.